Hello everyone, and let's talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened, well, yesterday as I'm recording. It's a few days ago if you're seeing this upload, because it probably will take a few days to get this video uploaded. It was on September 23rd in the year of our Lord 2021, in the post-apocalyptic era, as I'm calling it. Yes, welcome to Brexit Britain, where everything is shortages of everything nowadays. Food, fuel, gas, everything there's shortages of here. I might have to sell my 3080 Ti. If anyone wants to buy it, I'll exchange it for a sandwich. Things getting bad here. But anyway, let's go into the Nintendo Direct and what we saw. Some interesting game announcements. We got the biggest announcement probably was Bayonetta 3. Well, in fact, the biggest announcement wasn't a game. It was there's another Mario movie coming where Chris, I nearly called him Chris Twat there. Sorry. Chris Pratt. I suppose that's better or worse. I don't know. He'll be playing, well, he'll be voicing Mario. It's going to be an animated movie with Mario in it. Jack Black is Bowser. That could be interesting. Yeah, that could be pretty good there. So that looks interesting. It's coming out next year at Christmas time, round about then. December 21st in the US, Shigeru Miyamoto said there. So yeah, could be interesting. An animated Mario movie. At least it's not going to be like the Super Mario Brothers movie that was released in the 90s with John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins. John Leguizamo was Luigi. Good actor, John Leguizamo. And Bob Hoskins is Mario. And Dennis Hopper, he was Bowser in it, or Koopa, really. Was he Koopa or Bowser? Koopa, Bowser, I don't know. Whatever you want to call him. So yeah, I think Jack Black's an interesting choice. It'll be interesting to see whether they go for the full Mario accent, or whether it's just Chris Twat sounding like Mario, or trying to sound like Mario. Who knows? I mean, people are complaining that he's not Italian, Chris Pratt, but neither was Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins was British, so there you go. Really, Bob Hoskins played Mario in the live-action Mario movie. So yeah, does it really matter whether he's Italian or not? So it'll be interesting to see that one there. Yeah, but Bayonetta is coming out next year as well. Bayonetta 3, so that should be good. That looks pretty cool actually with Bayonetta. I like Bayonetta games. So pity Nintendo have the rights to them really, because you know, I would like to see it on other platforms again. It was cool playing Bayonetta on the PC, although we can play Bayonetta 2 on the PC, and there is a Switch emulator out now. So I guess we could probably play Bayonetta 3 on the PC unofficially anyway. And the other kind of big announcement, it was regarding Nintendo Switch Online. There's also a 3D Kirby game and another Splatoon game, but I never big fans of Splatoon, so I don't really care. But yeah, the other big announcement was surrounding the Nintendo Switch Online service. There's going to be like a Nintendo Switch Online Plus membership, I guess you could call it. And they're adding N64 and the Genesis / Mega Drive games to the Nintendo Switch Online. It is going to cost more, because it does say it's like a Plus membership, so it's definitely going to cost you more. And all I have to say about that is, where's the fucking GameCube games, Nintendo? I mean, the Steam Deck is coming out supposedly at the end of the year. My pre-order says Q1 2022, and we're going to be able to play we're probably going to get GameCube emulation on that. I mean, RetroArch is actually now on Steam. It launched a few weeks ago on Steam. So that will probably be playable. I imagine they launched it on Steam in anticipation of the Steam Deck coming out. So we can get RetroArch on our Steam Decks, hopefully. And that means, you know, we can emulate anything on it. I've got a video on the Xbox Series X emulation coming up soon. I'm going to do a video first looking at the Series X as a console, and then we're going to look at it as an emulation machine. And it can do GameCube games, spoiler alert, there. But yeah, where's the GameCube games? Like N64? And to be honest, the games revealed, none of them were that exciting. To be honest, it says Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, so I assume they're going to make you pay extra for it. And to be honest, the games on the N64, I mean, for a start, Mario 64, they released that last year as part of the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. So what's the point in that? You've got Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, Mario Tennis, Star Fox 64. You know, most of these games we've already played. We've played them to death. They were on the Nintendo Wii and the Wii U. So, you know, if they had GoldenEye, for example, I would say take my money, Nintendo. And people say, no, they're not going to get GoldenEye. You know, that was too difficult to port. And it was back in the 2000s. They ended up, there is an unreleased GoldenEye on the Xbox 360 that you can play on an Xbox 360 emulator, should point out. But yeah, they are, interestingly enough, they are also putting Banjo-Kazooie on it. And Banjo-Kazooie is a property owned by Microsoft now. Again, it was released on the Xbox Live Arcade, so that's coming to it. If they had GoldenEye there, yeah, I'd be excited. But yeah, none of even like Sin and Punishment is there, but that was on the Wii as well. You could buy that on the Wii Virtual Console. So there's not a lot great, and the Mega Drive collection, it's not great either, to be honest, because again, if you want to play those Mega Drive games, there is a Mega Drive collection available for the Nintendo Switch. You can just buy it without subscribing to anything. You can buy it on the Nintendo eShop if you want, or you can buy it as a physical copy. It was released on all platforms a few years ago, the Mega Drive collection. So, again, what's the point? You're also getting the controllers. You can get a Mega Drive controller and an N64 controller. They're going to cost $50 each, which is ridiculous. I mean, the N64 controller is pretty awkward to use. I'd rather use a Switch Pro controller, to be honest. And, you know, I've got a Mega Drive Mini, so, you know, I don't really need the Mega Drive controller. I don't care that it's wireless, so, yeah, disappointed with this. Again, GameCube would have been amazing. Like, I would pay extra for GameCube. Definitely. GameCube, maybe some Wii games as well in there, but you're gonna get you know, you're gonna get these games yeah, again, if you have a Steam Deck, you can emulate, you know, the Raspberry Pi, the new Raspberry Pi, that can run N64 games now. So N64 emulation on the Nintendo Switch really isn't that impressive from Nintendo. And it's kind of sad because the Nintendo Switch Online, it could be the retro version of Game Pass. That's how good it could be, really, if Nintendo just took it seriously and put out, you know, it'd be nice to get games like Star Fox Adventures, underrated games like that on the GameCube. That would have been quite cool. Even if they could get the Star Wars games. And speaking of Star Wars games, Knights of the Old Republic is also coming to the Nintendo Switch. I'd love the Rogue Squadron games. I mean, they brought quite a few Star Wars games onto the Switch already. There was Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, there was Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast as well. And I think there's a few other games as well. I think Episode 1 Racer as well has come out. And KOTOR is coming in November. So that should be good. Obviously not the remake of KOTOR, but it is the original KOTOR. So it is nice to get to play that on the Nintendo Switch. You can play it, people say you get to play it on the go, but you can play it on the go for the last 10 years. There's a mobile port of it. And the mobile port runs pretty well. The combat is pretty good and well suited to a mobile phone with a touchscreen. But yeah, the Nintendo Switch version, it should be the same as the Xbox version, really, because it should be able to run an Xbox game. I mean, it should be a native port then to the Switch. So you're expecting 1080p, 60 FPS from docked mode, 720p for the handheld mode, because that's all the screen resolution is. Yeah, and yes, you can play KOTOR probably on your Steam Deck. It runs Windows anyway. So that's pretty interesting there to get KOTOR. It is always nice that more people get to play Knights of the Old Republic instead of like the PlayStation exclusive remake. So I'm all for that. And again, so it was a kind of interesting Nintendo Direct that they had. There was a good announcement. I'm not a fan. They haven't released the price of the N64, the handful of N64 games that you're gonna get, and a handful of Mega Drive games that you're going to get, which just aren't worth it, in my opinion. Again, if it had GoldenEye, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, name your price. GameCube games, I'd have been happy with. But yeah, it would be nice to see GameCube, even some Wii games as well, getting on the the Nintendo Switch there. It would be nice, because Nintendo are sitting on the biggest back catalogue of games there, and they really could make that Game Pass for retro games edition, which I'd love to see. I think Nintendo, that's the potential for Nintendo Switch Online. But anyway, that is all for this video, so thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon, and goodbye.